Good morning, everyone. In the last session, we have seen how to first application using TypeScript. First application using TypeScript. We developed our first application using TypeScript. TypeScript is a general purpose programming language, right? TypeScript is a general purpose programming language, but we cannot execute TypeScript programs directly on the browser. TypeScript programs should be compiled into JavaScript. To compile TypeScript programs into JavaScript, we are going to perform transpilation. We are going to perform transpilation. Good. TypeScript is a general purpose programming language which is superset of JavaScript. TypeScript is general purpose programming language. TypeScript is general purpose programming language. TypeScript is superset of JavaScript. TypeScript is superset of JavaScript. TypeScript programs TypeScript programs cannot be executed cannot be executed in browser directly. TypeScript program TypeScript program should be converted into JavaScript using TypeScript compiler. Using TypeScript compiler. The process of converting the process of converting TS file into JS file is called as transpilation. Is called as transpilation. So this is what we have discussed in the last session, and we are able to develop one application and we are able to execute that application also. How can we execute? How can we execute? How can we execute that? How can we execute that JavaScript file? JavaScript file we can execute. JS file we can execute in command prompt in command prompt using node. JS file we can execute in HTML also. JS file we can execute using HTML also. JS file we can execute using HTML also. Got my point. JS file we can execute in a command prompt using node, and JS file we can execute using HTML also. JS we can execute using HTML also. Got it. Got it. Fine. Now we don't develop, as of now we are developing the application by using notepad, but in the real time we don't develop our application by using notepad. We will develop our application by using we are going to develop our application by using VS Code IDE. In real time, we will develop our applications by using VS Code IDE. In real time, in real time, we will develop in real time, in real time, we will develop our applications, our front-end applications, our front-end applications using VS Code IDE. Using VS Code IDE. VS Code nothing but Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code IDE given by Microsoft. VS Code IDE given by Microsoft. It is open. It is free of cost. Free of cost. You no need to pay any money to use VS Code IDE. Microsoft has given that for free of cost. Okay. In the last session, we have seen how to open that VS Code IDE. In the last session, we have seen how to open the VS Code IDE, and we have installed our live server also in the VS Code IDE. Got it? Now, so open this editor here. Nothing is there. No folders opened. Outline is nothing. Now, let's go for our 0 to Angular workspace folder. 0 to Angular workspace folder. Now I'm deleting all these things. I have deleted all these things. Currently, nothing is there in my workspace folder. Currently nothing is there in my workspace folder. We can import this folder into VS Code IDE. We can import this folder into VS Code IDE. Right? Like this, you can add our workspace folder to IDE also. There we can execute our applications. Or at the time of opening the IDE also, you can choose that workspace folder. Now, so here, let me create one file. Let me create one file, or you can file open folder. You can open a folder also. 0 to Angular workspace, select folder. You can select that folder, workspace folder. Okay, I have selected 0 to workspace folder. Do we have anything inside the workspace folder, or we don't have anything in the workspace folder? Currently my workspace is empty or not? Currently my workspace is empty. I have imported the workspace folder. I have imported the workspace folder. Right now we have imported workspace folder. Let me create one file here. You can create a file or you can create a folder also. File I am creating hello.ts. Hello.ts file I have created, where s colon string is equal to hello world. Hello world. This is my TypeScript file. Here I am writing console.log of yes, where s colon string is equal to hello world console.log of yes. Where is a keyword to declare a variable? Yes is the actual variable, string is the data type, hello world is the value. Then I am writing console.log. It is used to print on the console. Whatever the value holded by that variable, it will print on the console. Very good. Now, can I execute this TypeScript file directly, or I cannot execute this TypeScript file directly? Come on, guys. Can I execute this TypeScript file directly, or I cannot execute this TypeScript file directly? I cannot execute this TypeScript file directly. Then what we need to do? This TypeScript file should be converted into JavaScript. This TypeScript file should be converted into JavaScript. How to convert the TypeScript file into JavaScript? By using TypeScript compiler. Open command prompt from here. Okay, tsc space hello.ts, tsc space hello.ts, tsc space hello.ts. What is the purpose of this command which is used to compile? When it compiled, JS file is created or not? In the workspace folder, JS file is created or not? In the workspace, JS file is created. What is there in the JS file? Hello.ts, where s colon string is available. Hello.js, where s is equal to hello world console.log. Here data type is not available. Simply we have done transpilation. Simply we have done transpilation. We have done the transpilation. What is the meaning of transpilation? What is the meaning of transpilation? TS file is converted to JS file. Now create one HTML file, that is index.html. Index.html. Okay. Now what we will do here? Write a HTML tags. Inside the HTML tag, what we will write? We'll write a head tag. Inside the head tag, what we will do? We will write a script tag. We'll write a script tag. Now for the script, we need to write the src. For the script, we need to write the src. Src is equal to what? Hello.ts or hello.js? We are going to use hello.js. We are going to use hello.js. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? We are creating JS file, right? Script src is equal to hello.js. Now index.html file is available. Index.html file is available. Open with the live server. So yesterday we have installed a live server. Why we install live server? To run these HTML files. We install the live server to run these HTML files. Now hello.js, hello.ts, index.html, open with live server. Then that application is going to run on the live server. The application is going to run on the live server. Okay, index.html file is running on the live server. Localhost colon 5500 is the default port number. 5500 is the default port number of the live server which is used to run our applications. Now go to console. One second, sir. Go to console. Go to console. Now inside the console, are you able to see hello world is printed? Are you able to see that hello world is printed on the console? Yes, hello world is printing on the console. That means, are we able to run our HTML file by using live server or not? Are we able to print hello world on the console of the browser? Yes. How it is printed on the console? How it is printed on the console? Here in the VS Code IDE, we have installed our live server. What is the purpose of that live server? Live server is used to run our HTML files in the browsers. Right now, right click on this file, open with live server. Live server run on the port number 5500. Then open open the console of the browser. In the browser console, you can see that message is printing. Hello world message is printed. Guys, all of you able to understand how to run our HTML file in the live server using VS Code IDE? Please confirm. All of you able to run HTML files using live server in VS Code IDE? Yeah. I'm going to repeat this once again, guys. Please observe carefully. I'm going to delete this complete. I'm going to delete all these files. I will do that once again. I'm deleting all these files. Delete. Nothing is available in my workspace. All the files are deleted. My workspace is empty. Now see here, my workspace is empty. Nothing is available in my workspace. I'm creating everything from the beginning. I'm creating everything from the beginning. Okay. Right. First, let me create a file. Here, workspace is imported here. Workspace is imported here. Now, let me create one file. What is that? Hello.ts. Hello.ts. That is my TypeScript file where s colon string is equal to welcome to Ashok IT. Welcome to Ashok IT. This is the message that I am storing into a variable where s colon string is equal to welcome to Ashok IT. Then I'm writing console.log of yes. I'm writing console.log of yes. This is my TypeScript file. Can I execute this TypeScript in the browser directly, or I cannot execute the TypeScript in the browser directly? Can I execute this TypeScript file in the browser directly, or I cannot execute TypeScript file in the browser directly? I cannot execute TypeScript file in the browser directly. TypeScript file should be converted to what? JavaScript. Now, I'm going to show you how to convert this TypeScript file into JavaScript. Yeah, open command prompt. Already we have installed TypeScript. Already we have installed TypeScript. Let me convert it. What is the command? Could you please tell me the command to convert TypeScript file into JavaScript? Guys, first, how to convert a TypeScript file into JavaScript? tsc space file name hello.ts. tsc space hello.ts. tsc space hello.ts. It created JavaScript file. It created the JavaScript file. Good. JavaScript file. We got it. Can I execute the JavaScript directly, or I want to use HTML to execute in the browser? I want to use a HTML to execute this JavaScript. Create a new file. I'm creating file name as index.html. I'm creating a file with a name called index.html. HTML, HTML. Then I will go for head, then script. src is equal to hello.js, then script. I'm closing. Script opening, script closing. Okay. Now I want to run this HTML. Going to this and opening the browser is difficult. Going to this folder where HTML file is available, right click on this file, open with the browser. There is a difficult process. Open with the browser. I can do that, but difficult process. Can I execute directly from the IDE? I want to execute this project from the IDE directly. For that, we need to install live server in our IDE. Do you know how to install live server in the VS Code? Do you know how to install live server in the IDE? Right? Yes, we can install live server in the IDE. To install the live server in the IDE, go to extensions here. Here you have extensions. In the extensions, the first option will be displayed as a live install option live server. It is already installed. Suppose if I uninstall it, then it will display install option. Okay. Now when I click on this, it is giving me install live server, install. Click on install. Live server is installed. Once live server is installed, run our we can directly run our HTML file using live server from the IDE directly. How to do that? Right click, open with live server. Open with live server. Live server is running on the port number 5500. It opened on the browser. Open console. Open console. How to open that console? Function F12. If you press F12 button, then console will open. It is showing welcome to Ashok IT. Is it printing the message on the console or not? Are you able to execute that JS file in the HTML? JS file we are using in the HTML file we are opening in the browser. That HTML file is opened in the browser. That means it is running in the live server. Live server we have installed in the VS Code IDE. VS Code IDE given by Microsoft. VS Code IDE is free of cost. For the front-end development, VS Code IDE is recommended. If you want to develop React applications or Node applications or Angular applications or JS applications or TypeScript applications, then it is recommended to go for VS Code IDE. Are you guys able to understand how I created our application, how I executed that application by using live server? Are you guys comfortable with that? Are you guys comfortable with that? Yes, very good. Now, guys, we know basics of the TypeScript. We know the basics of TypeScript. We know basics of TypeScript. We know the basics of TypeScript, right? Fine. Now, the next concepts that we need to learn from the TypeScript, these are very dead easy concepts for us. What are those? Variables, data types, class, object, method, interface. Do I need to teach all those things in depth, or we already know them from the core Java onwards? What is a variable? What is a data type? What is a method? What is class? What is object? What is interface? Inheritance? All these things already we know. So I'm not going to spend much time. I'm not going to waste your time to teach you what is a variable, what is a data type and all. Good, because you all are from Java background. Because you all are from Java background. You all are from Java background. You know what is variable, what is variable, what is data type, what is method, what is class, what is object, what is interface and all. Yes or no? Good. Now, so first, next 2 to 3 classes, we are going to talk about how to declare variables in the TypeScript, how to declare a data type in the TypeScript, how to create a class in the TypeScript, how to create a method in the TypeScript, what is interface in the TypeScript, how to implement an interface. All these basics we are going to discuss in the TypeScript, and we'll complete our discussion related to TypeScript. Once we complete our discussion related to TypeScript, then we will start with actual Angular. Because in order to start our Angular applications development, you need to have the knowledge on the TypeScript. That's the reason I'm covering the prerequisites for the Angular. So if you are comfortable with the TypeScript, then you can start Angular development also. Are you guys clear with this? Are you guys clear with this? We know what is TypeScript, right? We know Features of the TypeScript. TypeScript provides data types. TypeScript supports for data types. TypeScript supports for oops concept. Okay. TypeScript is superset of the JavaScript. Why it is called superset of the JavaScript? Whatever the features are there in the JavaScript, they are available in the TypeScript. Whatever the features are there in the JavaScript, they are available in the TypeScript, and some additional features also available in the TypeScript. That's the reason TypeScript is called as superset of JavaScript. TypeScript is called as superset of JavaScript. Good. We cannot execute TypeScript in the browser directly. We cannot execute TypeScript in the browser directly. TypeScript should be converted into JavaScript. The process of converting TypeScript to JavaScript is called as transpilation. The process of converting TypeScript to JavaScript is called as transpilation. For that we have TypeScript compiler. Once the JavaScript file is generated, we know how to execute the JavaScript file in the command prompt, as well as we know how to execute that by using HTML, and we know how to install VS Code IDE also. Guys, all of you comfortable with these concepts as of now? All of you comfortable with these concepts as of now? Come on, fast. Good? Yes. Sir, currently we are compiling TS files manually. I will tell you how to automate that also. Okay, currently manually we are compiling these TS files, right? Yeah, we'll follow this and we'll see how can we compile that also. Cool. Daily class notes I will provide in the Google Classroom, guys. No problem. Yesterday I asked you people to join in our Telegram group. Do you guys joined in the Telegram? Today I will give the Google Classroom link in the Telegram group. Now only I will give it. Hold on. Now only I will give our Angular class notes in the Telegram group. Telegram group link you in the Google Classroom. Google Classroom link you can find in our Telegram group. Google Classroom link you can find in our Telegram group. So please join in our Telegram group. Please join in our Telegram group. Hold on. 1 minute, guys. I'm giving the link for joining in the Telegram. The system became slow. 1 minute. Guys, I have given the Telegram group link in the chat box. Yeah, all of you joined. Cool. Now, 1 minute. I'm posting the classroom link also in the Telegram. Now you can access immediately. One second, guys. I'm giving the link. Yeah, I have posted that in the Telegram group also, sir. Class notes. You can see there. Please confirm. Are you able to see the class notes URL? Guys, are you able to access that? Please confirm. Class notes URL. Are you able to access? Yes. Good. Yeah. Please join in the Google Classroom daily. After the class is completed, I will post that in the Google Classroom. Google Classroom link I have given in the Telegram. Ashok IT is the Telegram group. In that group, you can find that link. Okay. Nice. Fine. Let's get started with our session now. We understood how to execute a TypeScript. Now, let's start with variables, data types that we need to discuss in the TypeScript. Cool. Variables. First of all, what is the purpose of variable? Already we know very basic concepts. Variables in TypeScript. So could you please tell me what is the purpose of variables, guys? Could you please tell me what is the purpose of variables? Come on. What is the purpose of variables? Variable is a named memory which is used to store the value. Variables are used to store the value. Suppose I want to store my name, I need a variable. I want to store my mobile number, I need a variable. I need to store my email ID, I need a variable. Variables are used to store the value. Variable is a named memory. Variable is a named memory. Variable is a named memory. That means every variable will have a name. Every variable will have a name and will occupy some memory. Will occupy some memory. Variables are used to store the values. Variables are used to store the values. Variables are used to store the values. Variable is a named memory. Every variable will have a name and will occupy some memory. Will occupy some memory. Good. Good. Now, suppose, for example, if I want to declare a variable in the TypeScript, what is the syntax? What is the syntax? Where variable name colon data type data type is equal to value. This is the syntax that we are going to use to declare a variable. This is the syntax that we are going to use to declare a variable. Variables in TypeScript. Variables are used to store the value. Variable is a named memory. Every variable will have a name and will occupy some memory. Already we know how to declare variables in the Java, but here we are understanding how to declare the variables in the TypeScript. What is the syntax to declare the variables in the TypeScript? Var keyword variable name colon data type is equal to value. Var colon var space variable name colon data type is equal to value. For example, I want to represent age variable. I want to represent age variable. Then what I will do, some example, var var age colon int is equal to 20. Generally in the Java, how we will represent the variables? Int age is equal to 20. It is variable in Java. Here it is variable in TypeScript. This is how we will declare variables in TypeScript. Variable in TypeScript. So see the difference. How we will declare the variables in the Java, how we will see the variables in the TypeScript. Where age colon int, age is a variable, int is a data type. But in the Java, how we will do? Data type variable is equal to value. First we will write the data type, then we will write the variable name, then we will write the value in the Java. When it comes to the TypeScript, this is the syntax. Variable name colon data type is equal to value. Where age colon int is equal to 20. This is how we will declare variables in the TypeScript. Are you able to follow this? The difference between Java variable and TypeScript variable. Come on. Are you able to understand the difference between Java variables and TypeScript variables? Very good. Next one, data types. Data types. Data types. Data types are used to represent what type of data we can store into the variables. Data types specify what type of value that can be stored into a variable. At the time of declaring a variable, we'll specify data type. Data type data type specifies data type specifies what type of value that can be stored into variable. Data type specifies what type of value that can be stored into variable. Data type specifies what type of value that can be stored into variable. List of data types. List of TypeScript data types. List of TypeScript data types. What are the data types that are available in the TypeScript? TypeScript data types. Here we have a data type called number. Here we have a data type called number. TypeScript data types. There is a number data type. Number data type for all types of numbers. For all types of numbers, integer numbers, floating numbers, double numbers, all integer, floating, all the numbers can be represented by using number, right? Integral and floating, integer and floating numbers can be represented by using number data type. Integer and floating numbers can be represented by using number data type. Integer and floating numbers can be represented by using number data type. Example, 100 you can store. 150.56 also can be represented by using number data type. Right? Data type. What is a data type? Data type is used to specify what type of value that can be stored into variable. Good. Now, next one, string data type. In the Java, string S is capital, in the TypeScript S is small. String data type, collection of characters in double quotes or single quotes. whenever you are representing a string, that means you can keep that value in the double quote or you can keep that value in the single quote also. S is a lowercase letter, collection of characters in double quotes or in single quotes. Collection of characters in double quotes or in single quotes. We can represent that by using string. Example, hello, hello, hi. This can be represented by using string data type. Hello and hi. Hello and hi. Both can be represented by using string because that is they are group of characters. They are group of characters. Boolean, already we know, to represent true or false value. Any. If you don't know the exact data type, what value you need to store, you can represent a data type as any type of value you can store. Any type of value we can store. If we represent the data type as any, then we can store any type of value. If we store the value, any type of value we can store into that. Okay. Data types, variables and data types. Variables in TypeScript. What are the variables in the TypeScript? First of all, what is a variable? Whether it is a TypeScript or whether it is a Java or whether it is a .NET, wherever you go, the definition for the variables and data type is not going to change. Just syntax is going to change. Variables are used to store the value. Variable is a named memory location. Every variable will have a name and will occupy some memory. Syntax, var space variable name colon data type is equal to value. So variable in TypeScript. This is how we will declare the variable in the TypeScript. This is how we will declare the variable in the Java. Then what is a data type? Data type specifies what type of value that can be stored into variable. TypeScript data types. Number. So if you want to represent any number value, then you can use number data type. Integer numbers, floating numbers also can be represented by using number. 100 and 150.56 both can be represented by using number data type in the TypeScript. If you want to represent a group of characters, then you can go for string data type. Double quotes or single quotes both can be stored by using string data type. Boolean data type, true or false value. Boolean data type, true or false value can be represented by using boolean. If you don't know what value that you want to store in the variable, then you can specify any data type. Then you can specify any data type. Any data type means you can store any type of value. Any type of value. Number, string, boolean, any. These are the four data types that we are going to see in the TypeScript data types. What are the TypeScript data types available? First one is number, second one is string, third one is boolean, fourth one is any. Number, string, boolean, any. Right? Now there are four types of data types available in the TypeScript: number, string, boolean, any. Are you guys able to understand this? Are you guys able to understand this? Come on. Yeah. Now if I want to declare one person data in the TypeScript file, how can I do that? I'm going to represent like this: where p name colon string is equal to Ashok. Okay, where is a keyword that I'm using to declare a variable. P name is the person name, string is the data type, collection of characters. Where age, age is a number, age is equal to 26. Age is equal to 26. Now I want to store gender. Where gender, where gender colon string is equal to male. Where gender colon string is equal to male. Now next I want to store a boolean value. Where is employed, is employed, boolean is equal to true. Boolean is equal to true. Are you guys able to understand this? How to store the data into the variables by using data types. Variables are used to store the value. Every variable is having a name and every variable is occupying some memory. Whenever we are declaring the variables, we'll specify the data type also. Whenever we are declaring the variable, we'll specify the data type also. Now, what is a data type and what is variable? Data type is used to specify what type of value we can store into variable. Variable is used to store the value. Guys, are you able to understand how to declare variables in the TypeScript now? Are you able to understand how to declare variables in the TypeScript now? Come on, fast. Variables and data types. Yeah. In order to print these variable values, what we can do is console.log. Console.log. I'm going to use this symbol which is used to print the content in the which is I don't want to use a string concatenation, then I can go for this single length statement. Then I will specify name is equal to dollar of p name. Name is equal to dollar of p name. So name is equal to dollar of p name. It is going to print the name value. Age is equal to dollar of age, comma, gender is equal to dollar of gender, comma, is employed is equal to dollar of is employed is employed. Now, this is used to print all the variables and associated values. It is used to print all the variables and associated values. Now, let me go for one more file, person.ts. I'm creating one file with a name called person.ts. Inside the person.ts, I'm going to keep this. I am declaring variables and I'm trying to print those variables by using console.log statement. I'm printing them by using console.log statement. Now I have TypeScript file. Now I have TypeScript file. I want a JavaScript. I want a JavaScript. Do you know how to convert the TypeScript file into JavaScript file now? Do you know how to convert TypeScript file into JavaScript file? Come on. TSC. TSC we are going to use. I no need to go to command prompt manually because in the VS Code there is an option called terminal, new terminal. In the VS Code there is an option called new terminal. Here we can open the command prompt. Can I use the command prompt directly in the VS Code IDE? I no need to open manual command prompt. VS Code provided command prompt for us. Go to terminal, open new terminal. It opened a command prompt. Now execute tsc space person dot ts, tsc space person dot ts. Yes, person dot js file should be created. Person dot js file. Person dot js file is created or not? So can I compile TS files directly in the IDE now instead of going the manual command prompt? Instead of going for manual command prompt, can I compile TS files in the IDE directly? Come on. Good. Yes, we can compile directly in the IDE. Okay. Now JS file is available. Can I execute JS file from the command prompt directly? Node space person.js. Are we able to print these values? Name is Ashok, age is 26, gender is the male, is employee is equal to true. Are we able to print them in the command prompt directly by using node command? Yes. Instead of this, can I print by using HTML also? Person.html, person.html. Write the HTML tags. Inside the HTML, write the head tag. Inside the head tag, write the script tag. Script tag. Now src is equal to person.js, person.js. Can I run the JS file in the, can I run the JS file by using live server now? Can I run the JS file by using live server now? Person.html. Right click on this person.html, open with live server. Yes, person.html file is opened. Now press F2, console, browser console. You see the browser console, name is equal to Ashok, age is equal to 26, gender is equal to male, employee is equal to true. Are we able to access? Are we able to store the value into variable, and are we able to access the variables of variable values? We are able to declare the variable, we are able to store the value, and we are able to print the variable value also on the console. This is one example related to variables and data types. Person.ts, I have declared variables here, where name is equal to string, that is Ashok, and where age is a number 26, gender, where gender is a boolean, string, male I have stored, where is employed is a boolean, I have stored true value. Then in the console.log, I'm printing all these values. Console.log, name is equal to dollar of $p_name, which is used to access value associated with the p_name variable. Age is equal to dollar of age, which is used to access the value of the age variable. Similarly, gender and is employee. Are you able to follow this, guys? Are you able to follow this now? Good. So here we have a terminal directly in the IDE. You no need to open the command prompt manually. Go to terminal, click on new terminal. It is opening the location exactly from our workspace folder. Then what I can do, tsc space person.ts, tsc space person.ts. It is going to generate JS, Transpilation, TypeScript compiler I am using to convert TypeScript file into JavaScript file. Once the JavaScript file is completed, node space person.js, node space person.js. Are we able to print all the values? Yes. Can I execute that in the HTML also? I have a HTML. Inside the HTML, I'm adding my JS. Right click on the HTML, open with the live server, that is running on the live server. If you open console, you can see the values will be printed on the browser console. The values will be printed on the browser console. What is the port number of the live server by default? 5500 is the port number of the live server. Are you guys comfortable with how to declare variable? What are the data types available in the TypeScript, and how to develop a simple application by using variables and data types in the TypeScript? Come on, this is very simple concept, because you already a Java programmer. You know what is variable, what is the data type. I no need to stress on these concepts. Bacha concepts. LKG is nursery standard, not even LKG, nursery standard. Nursery standard concept we are discussing. Good. Fine. Thank you guys. With this, I'm stopping for today. Tomorrow we'll continue. Tomorrow we'll discuss about where keyword, let keyword, and constant keywords. We understood how to declare a variable. In the tomorrow session, we'll discuss a new concept. What is the difference between where, let, and constant? Today's notes I will upload into the Google Classroom. Thank you. Thank you guys.